Hello and welcome to Cricket. Second session of this day 2. Final test match between Australia and Bangladesh. Australia definitely looking for a huge win after that wonderful first test match with the bat, with the ball. Bangladesh struggling big time with the bat here against the number 1 side in test cricket, Australia, at Mackay. (68 for 5), 78 runs to avoid the innings defeat. Good bouncer from the skipper. There's Mehidy in test cricket. 60th match in test cricket for this man. Has scored more than 2,000 runs, got a couple of hundreds, 10 50s. Bangladesh need a big knock from him to save this innings defeat here against Australia. Going for a cut shot, slashed hard, gets a thick outside edge, taken. Second wicket for Cummins. And now Bangladesh are falling apart quickly in this innings. 6th wicket down, and Miraz goes back only 1 from 11 balls. So just 4 wickets to confirm their victory here, Australia. 68 for 4, 68 for 6 in fact. Hasan Mahmud, the next man for Bangladesh to join in at number 8. Second wicket for Cummins, 3 for Starc. That's the bowling card for Australia. Lyon also got 1 wicket. So just 4 wickets to take for Australia to finish this series with 1-1. Hasan Mahmud on strike. 1, 2, 3, 4 slips are in place. In fact, right. The bouncer has hit the body of the Hasan Mahmud. Cummins. 321 wickets in test cricket. Now playing his 74th test match. Best of 10 for 62. 22nd 3 firsts. That was in the first innings of this test match. 14 fifers as well for the skipper. And for Hasan Mahmud, this is what he has done with the bat in test cricket for Bangladesh. Previous best was 38, 197 runs. This is his 6th test match. Coming down the track, wanted to go over the cover, missed out. 136 Ks from Cummins. Mushfiqur Rahim still fighting with the bat for Bangladesh, but he's running out of partner. Now the bowlers to support him if they can. Still 78 runs to score to avoid the innings defeat for Bangladesh. 3 slips and the gully, and there's also a leg gully in place. Mid on is there. Goes towards leg side. One more short stop, but this time I think it was found the bat of Hasan Mahmud off the mark. But one more successful over for Australia. Cummins gets his second wicket in this inning. 69 for 6, Bangladesh. I was surprised because of the shuffling in the top order for Bangladesh in the first innings hasn't worked. This time they are going with the same pair, Tanzid Tamim and Shadman Islam. Failed out again. But Shadman, we have seen him open the batting with Mominul in the first innings, which is, I think it's a poor decision to make when Tanzid got 100 in the first test match with Shadman. I'm not getting the point why you are going with Mominul and Shadman in that first innings to start. 9 for Tanzid Tamim, 1 for Shadman. First ball dark for Mominul. Failed out in this test match. Najmul Shanto, unnecessary shot to play. 31 from 46. That is a soft dismissal. Litton failed out through this test match. 10 balls, no run. Time for bowling change. Time for some spin. Lyon to bowl his 7th over. Has taken a wicket. Now Hasan Mahmud will be the man on strike. First slip, leg slip and the short leg. 3 closing fielders. Appeal, but not that much appeal from the bowler himself. This is Lyon in Test cricket. 569 wickets and playing his 143rd Test match. 24 fifers and 28 threefers for this man in Test cricket. Best of 13 from 154 runs. On to his back foot. There's also a leg galley, goes towards the leg galley. No chance for a run. One from 6 balls for Hasan Mahmud. Slightly back of a length delivery from Lyon. Couldn't connect that ball cleanly there, Hasan Mahmud. Lyon, number 12th ranked bowler of the world in Test cricket. Recently has been demoted 2 steps. But still is a good bowler, no doubt about that. Goes towards a deep square leg to take a single. Mushfiqur Rahim, after some time, now he has got back on strike. 20 from 62 balls. Playing his 105th Test match for Bangladesh. Getting closer to 7,000 runs in this format. 1400s and 29 50s. The average is close to 40. Is the last hope for Bangladesh to save the innings defeat here at least. Back for the defense, dot ball to finish. Just a single from the 7th over of Lyon. 70 for 6 after 29th. This is when the problem was started for Bangladesh. 64 all out. Shadman, first ball dark. Tanzid Tamim, second ball dark. Mominul 9 from 16. First ball dark for Najmul Shanto. Mushfiqur 5. Fifth ball dark for Litton Dash. Mehidy Miraz 11. Wasn't started. I think he was the one who started. But I was wrong. No, it was fine. So I was wrong. She opened the batting. Pat Cummins to Hasan Mahmud. Oh, tentative push just after that off-stump line. 134 case. Hasan Mahmud, number 57th ranked all-rounder. After that previous test match, has been promoted 12 steps in that all-rounder ranking. That's a big charm for him. And that's a good bouncer from Cummins. Cummins got 3 wickets in the first inning, 6 wickets for Mitchell Starc, 1 for Josh Hazlewood. So once again, 10 wickets in that first innings goes to the Aussie seamers. Australia in reply in their first innings got 210 all out. Wonderful 50 once again from Cameron Green. Got 100 in the first test match. Man in form. Steven Smith got 42. And 22 from Travis Head. Bangladesh. We'll talk about that in a little while. Short ball. Could be gone. Yes, it is, I think. Wanted to pull that ball, got some bat to that, and the short leg has taken that. Easy catch to take. Shortstop has done the trick. And number 3rd wicket for Pat Cummins. 3 wickets in the first innings, 3 wickets in this innings already. Hasan Mahmud just 2 from 11 balls. 7th wicket down for Bangladesh. And it's 70 for 7. Taijul Islam, the next man in at number 9. So 1 more threefer for the Australian captain in Test cricket. This is his 23rd 3 wickets haul in Test cricket. Now has taken 322 wickets in this format. Excellent from the skipper. They were under some pressure after losing that first test match at home against Bangladesh for the first time in Australia. They're 1-0 down. Bangladesh was looking good after that first test match victory. But this time, Australia, they got their rhythm back. And poor batting performance, I will say, from Bangladesh. Needed to do some better performance with the bat. It failed out. Now 3 slips and a galley for the left-hander. There's also short leg. Mid on, mid off. Taijul will be the man on strike. Here comes Cummins. Short ball once again. This time pushes towards point to take his first run off the mark. Mushfiqur Rahim, 20 from 63. The Lone Ranger for Bangladesh. Couple of boundaries for this man. If anyone can save this match from innings defeat, he should be that man. $20 now from 63. Pat Cummins, couple of wickets in quick time. Winston William. Okay. 2 balls to go in this over. That's the beauty. That's the Jaffa from Cummins. Too close to that outside edge. Pat Cummins, one of the top-ranked bowler of the world, currently the number 5th ranked bowler in Test cricket. One step demotion after that last Test match for him. Short ball, good take by Alex Carey. One more successful over for Cummins, just a single and a wicket. 71 for 7. Three wickets for Mitchell Starc, 3 for Pat Cummins, and 1 from Lyon in the second innings with the ball for Australia. Just 1 wicket for an Aussie spinner in this Test match so far. Starc got 9 wickets throughout this Test match. Cummins got 6. Another line to continue. Taijul will be the man on strike. Left-handed batter to face that right-arm off spinner. Going for a cut shot, miscued. From Bangladesh, we have seen Shoriful to take 7 wickets. Question is, will he get another chance to bowl here at Mackay? 1 wicket for Taijul, 1 for Taskin, 1 for Mehidy Miraz. Bangladesh got 2 wickets from their spinners. Bit fuller. Couple of slips now for Taijul Islam. Gets 949 runs in Test cricket. So 51 runs to complete his 1,000 runs in Test cricket. Definitely will be tough for him to make it happen in this Test match. To get that 51 runs, no 50 as yet. 47 the previous best. On his back foot. Wanted to play that late cut. Got some bad, but finds the fielder at the point. Two slips and a short leg. Once again finds the points fielder. So once again it's a dot ball. Lyon also the number 22nd ranked all-rounder. Number 12th ranked bowler, 22nd ranked all-rounder right now in Test cricket. Just 1 wicket in this Test match for him. Textbook defense to finish that last over. That's his 3rd maiden, 31 over done and dusted, 71 for 7 Bangladesh. And they are still trailing by 75. Just 3 wickets are in hand. Pat Cummins to continue. Mushfiqur Rahim still on 20 from 65. There will be 2 slips and a gully. With now the cover fielder is getting in placed. And there's a mid-off. A mid-on. I think it's fairly to say that between the mid-on and long-on there's a fielder. On his back foot pushes to us offside, plenty of vacant space, so they will get a chance to single. That means they got singles in the first ball, 5 more balls to go. Taijul will be the man on strike now, so Australia will be happy because they got the newcomer on strike. Much better chance for Pat Cummins to take his 4th. Cummins also one of the top-ranked all-rounder in this format, number 8. 8th ranked all-rounder in Test cricket. Well defended, but a bit uncomfortable, I will say. For Taijul, if we talk about his all-rounder ranking, 32nd ranked all-rounder, has been promoted one step in the last ranking as well. On his back foot, did well to defend that. It's good pace, very good pace from Cummins. Exactly 140 Ks. So he's just firing up in the middle. Cummins to Taijul, the left-hander, the newcomer. 1 from 9 balls for him. "74 runs to score or to avoid the innings defeat for Bangladesh. That should be their first target at this moment, but they got just 3 wickets in hand to do that. But bit good news for them, they got Mushfiqur still out there. These two men, they're very much well known to each other, played in lots of matches for Bangladesh together, Mushfiqur and Taijul, even in the franchise league as well. So the chemistry between these two is really good. Maybe that is a fair point to utilize here. A good point to make it happen for Bangladesh to avoid that big defeat, if they can. 2 slips, short leg. And there's also a gully. Pat Cummins coming from over the wicket. Oh, short ball. Did well. But here we'll get a single. There's a deep fine leg. Marnus Labuschagne at the deep fine leg. Single will be taken. So that's his second run. 1 ball still to go in this over. So for Australia, I think they will try to restrict the single in the last ball, because they want Taijul to face from the beginning of the next over. So I think there will be more closing fielder within the 30-year circle. Shoriful is padded up to come up after this wicket. Mushfiqur on strike. Short ball, no intention to play that ball. It's a dot ball to finish. 73 for 7. That was like 3 for 7 for the captain, 3 for Starc for 33, 1 for Lyon for 12. No wicket yet for Hazlewood. That's the bowling card. 5 runs when Bangladesh have lost 2 wickets. So early trouble once again for the visitors. Lyon to continue. Front-footed defense from Taijul. It's a number 1 ranked side of the world. They're taking on the number 9th ranked side of the world in Test cricket. That is Australia versus Bangladesh, the Test ranking comparison. 131 rating for Australia, whereas Bangladesh got 73. But Bangladesh, they have made a history by winning the last Test match at Darwin That's why they are sitting at the number 4th position in that World Test Championship 2025 to 2027 points table. Australia still sitting at the top with 77.8% of winning percentage. South Africa, Australia played against each other in the last final. Going for a cut shot, plays a miscued appeal from the keeper. Umpire says not out. I think Mushfiqur Rahim needs to be a bit more active here to protect his partner. Right now he's just playing lesser delivery, much lesser delivery than Taijul. He needs to trust his partner, but not like this. Just exposing the partner for just next 5 balls by taking a single in the first ball. It's not looking good for Bangladesh to save that innings defeat. So man like Taijul, in fact Mushfiqur Rahim, needs to step up, needs to play more balls than Taijul. It's a maiden over, 4th maiden for Lyon in this innings. 73 for 7 for Bangladesh. Sorry looking scorecard for Bangladesh, and that's a big mistake by Najmul Shanto. He is looking good to go for a big score for himself and for his country, but then again played a risky shot, sudden rush of blood I will say, coming down the track to play against Lyon. Has been caught at the wideish long off. Mr. Starc makes no mistake, unnecessary shot I will say. Poor outing with the bat for Litton throughout this test series. Mushfiqur Rahim now on strike. 21 now from 67. Here comes Cummins. Textbook defense, good to see that. Right, this is DRB with you on microphone. Welcome everyone to Cricket Tune. Time for the second test match, and this is the second session of this day 2. It looks like it could be the final day of this test match. You have seen the first test match ended up very early. There's not changing in this second test match as well. Yes, hello and welcome everyone. 18 wickets were down in the last day. That is only the first day of the second test. And now 9 wickets are down. And this day 2 so far. Still we have one more session after this to be played. So plenty of time to be played and plenty of time to get a result after this day. Mushfiqur Rahim fighting with the bat for Bangladesh. 21 now on strike to face Cummins. Good looking cover drive. Should get a single this time. Comfortable enough single. And he's currently the number 18th ranked batter in Test cricket. Mushfiqur Rahim. Plenty of experience for this man. 39 years of age these days. So not much time left for this right-handed batter to play for his country in international format. Taijul on strike, 1 from 17 balls for him. Onto his back foot. Back-footed punch, but finds the point fielder. Marnus Labuschagne was there. Still a couple of balls to finish this 34th. Taijul to survive here. Goes towards next side, did well. A slight misfield by Webster. Will they come back with the second rounds? Yes, they will. Good running. Half of the job done here for Bangladesh. 76 for 7. 70 more rounds to avoid that innings defeat. Free from 19 balls for Taijul. Pushes towards point. 3 runs from the 10th over of Cummins. 76 for 7 Bangladesh. Still fighting. Six rounds together between Mushfiqur and Taijul. The 8-wicket partnership. Bangladesh got their top scorer yet to come. Top scorer from the last innings. That is Shoriful Islam. Got 14 runs in the first innings. Just the 4 double-digit mark in the first innings for Bangladesh. Plenty of ducks. That's a very, very sorry to see. First ball duck for Shadman. Second ball duck for Tanzid. First ball duck for Shanto. Fifth ball duck for Litton. Litton got no run in this test match. That is really, really poor batting, I will say, from Litton. How much run he has scored in this test series? Like to see that. Litton. We'll talk about that after this ball. And this back foot pushes towards offside to take a single. That's Litton performance here. Come on, seriously. He scored no run in Australia during this series. Has played 3 innings. Hasn't batted in the second innings of that first test. But from the 3 innings he scored no run. Oh, diving forward to stop the boundary. Umpire might have a look. Might have a look for a boundary there. That was lately played by Taijul. Waited for the ball to play at the very last time. Cameron with the diving effort. I think he got his leg touching that boundary line. To me, I think that's a boundary. What is the third umpire thinking? That's the big question. But for me, it's a boundary. Umpire is checking from other side as well. There's a tall man, Cameron. From this angle, maybe he has cleanly saved, and I think umpire is going with a couple, so no boundary. In fact, they have taken 3 runs. Sorry about that. 3 runs. Goes towards long on. And that's 1 more run for Mushfiqur. Rahim moves on to 24 now from 73. Taijul trying his part to support Mushfiqur here. In this 8-wicket stand, Bangladesh had scored 11 runs from 31 balls. The flight at delivery. Goes towards the bowler. No chance for run. Last ball of this 35th. Going towards long off. Enough time to take a single. Good over for Bangladesh. They got 6 from this over, 82 for 7 after 35th. That's team ranking in Test cricket. Australia, South Africa, followed by New Zealand, India. England is there in the number 5th position. Sri Lanka, Pakistan, West Indies, then Bangladesh and Zimbabwe, number 10th position. Some poor shots, I would say, throughout this Test match for Bangladesh, and there's also some good bowling performance. Some unnecessary shot from the middle orders and the top orders. And time for bowling change. Man who took 6 wickets in the first innings and 3 wickets so far in this innings. Let's welcome Mr. Starc to bowl his 9th. Taijul on strike. All gone. First ball. Too good for Taijul. On his back foot, hitting the top of the leg stump. So he's looking for another fifer in this Test match. Top of the middle and leg stump. So number 8 is down for Bangladesh. Taijul goes back for 7. And just 2 wickets for Australia to win from here. 82 for 8. Mushfiqur Rahim just I'm not confused with his scoring. They took a single in the last ball of the previous over. Should have been avoided that single. Mushfiq needs to play some more balls. That should be the way to deal with that late order batters here. Maybe he's not enough confident to do so. Taskin, the next man. Right, 445 wickets now for Mr. Starc in Test cricket. 19th 3 fifers in the first innings, and this is his 29th 3-fers. Just 1 wicket to get his 20th fifer. Fantastic performer for Australia. Taskin on strike. Missed out. Bowling with the 139 case. Wonderful cover drive. Off the mark with that shot, and they will take at least a couple, maybe the third. 2. This is something which is really disappointing to take. There was a big chance to take the third. They are not even trying for the third run. Mushfiqur Rahim is not interested to be on the striking end, which is not good to see. for an experienced campaigner, regular batter who needs to save or try to save his partner from facing much jellyfish against the premium seamer or the wonderful spinner. Intention wasn't there. Taskin on strike. A wonderful Yorker. And well played at the end by Taskin. Very good pace once again from Mitchell Starc, around 141 Ks. Way down the leg side, no need to play that. Just 2 more wickets for Australia to confirm their win here. Bangladesh now, there are 62 runs behind. 62 runs to score to avoid that innings defeat against the number 1 side of the world in Test cricket. He's now coming from around the wicket, has targeted the batter, but well done Taskin. Well done to survive in that last 5 balls. 84 for 8 of the 36. Ten wickets in this test match for Mitchell Starc, 6 in the first innings, now 4 in this second innings. 10 wickets, fantastic performance for this test match with the ball. Nathan Lyon will continue. Mushfiqur, single in the first ball. I'm not quite sure what he's thinking right now. He's just thinking about being safe, being not out by the end of the day. But you should protect your partner when you play at this moment. Maybe that is a way too tough call to make. That's the only thing when you play kind of cricket like this. You can tell me that they have given up that chase, given up that fighting temperament, which is also not good to see. Taking single in the first ball when you're batting with Taskin. Ahmed, not good. Two balls to survive here for Taskin. 2 slips, short leg. Silly mid off. Going for a big shot, Taskin. I think he has found enough bat to go over the long on boundary. Finds the Bangladeshi supporters at Mackay with that 6. Taskin Ahmed, that's good to see. That's his first 6. In fact, that's the first 6 for Bangladesh in this innings. Goes towards point. Once again, he has survived 7 from the 11th over. Bangladesh 91 for 8, still trailing by 55 runs. Starc into his 10th over now. Like to see his performance in this test series with the ball. There we go. 12 wickets. 10 in this test match. 2 in the first test match. So very good comeback by Starc. It's coming from around the wicket now. The Mushfiqur Rahim. Will he try to take yet another single in the first 1 or 2 balls? Force for Mushfiqur Rahim. 25 now from 75. Partnership between these two now 9 from 12. Out of that 9, just 1 from Mushfiqur Rahim and 8 from Taskin. Back for the defense. Outside edge has gone past the second slip and will race away to the fence. Stephen Smith tried his part to reach the ball, but just couldn't reach to the ball on time. Number 10th boundary for Bangladesh, 3rd boundary for Mushfiqur Rahim. Going through that 3rd slip position. Has made sure that ball was going to the ground, Mushfiqur Rahim, so that's well done. 95 for 8. 51 runs to avoid that innings defeat for Bangladesh with 2 wickets in hand. Tough, but not impossible. Squared him up, did well to defend that. 137 Ks from Starc. He's one of the top ranked bowler of the world at this moment. Number 3rd in the test bowling ranking, Starc. Two slips and a gully. And there's also a deep point in place for Mushfiqur. So they are giving a chance for Mushfiqur to take a single. He defended that with Fuller. One last ball to finish this 38th over. Starc still searching 1 wicket to make or to get another fifer in this test match. Oh, very close to leave. But that length is good enough for Mushfiqur to leave the ball. And there's a dot ball to finish. And it's also the finish of this session for Australia and Bangladesh. Still, we got one more session to deal with, and Australia needs 2 more wickets to confirm their victory. So enough time to call to go for the result in this test match by the end of the day too. So yes, it's time for tea break at Mackay in this day number 2, and it's time for me to have some break. We'll join with you hopefully after the break. Till then, you can have some break as well. Like to see that batting card before leaving. Then it's Tamim 9 from 34 balls. Shadman got 1 from 3 balls. Mominul first ball dug. That's a huge miss, I will say. He's an experienced campaigner. Not a good journey in this test match for Mominul. 31 for Shanto. Unnecessary shot to play. Risky shot. Sudden rush of blood. Was taking Lyon to go over the long off. Missed out his timing. Missed out his placement. Finds Starc. Mushfiqur Rahim still fighting. And I believe he's the last hope for Bangladesh to avoid that innings defeat if he can. Litton Dash. Let me tell you something. He has played 3 innings. 1 in the first test match, 2 in the second test match. After those 3 innings, he failed to score 1 single run in Australia during this tour. 1 run for Mehidy Miraz, 2 for Hasan Mahmud, 7 for Taijul, and Taskin not out on 8 runs. And for Australia, 4-5 for Starc, 10 wickets in this test match for him. 3-4 for Cummins, 3 first in the first innings as well. So he got 6 wickets in this test match. Lyon got 1, so just 1 wicket for the Australian spinner throughout this test match so far. That's the match summary. 64 all-out Bangladesh in their first innings. That was a disastrous batting performance, and followed by 210 for Australia. Now once again Bangladesh struggling, a bit better than the first one, but they're still struggling to avoid that innings defeat. 51 runs behind. 6-5 for Starc, 7 wickets for Shoriful, and now Starc looking for a 5. That's been said, and it's time for some break. We'll join with you. Live will be there, but he will not receive any signal from my side. But when the second, in fact the final session will get underway, hopefully we'll join with you on time. Welcome back after that tea break. Final session of this day 2. And it is Taskin Ahmed who will face the first ball after this break. And Lyon will continue from this side. Hit from 10 balls for him. And Mushfiqur now 29 from 80. Bangladesh, they're pretty much trying to avoid that innings defeat. 51 runs to do so. They need 52 runs to invite the Australian batters to go in their second innings with the bat if they can. And Australia need 2 more wickets to complete their victory here in Mackay. 8 for 95, that is the score line for Bangladesh. And everyone is getting ready to get underway. One sleep and there's a short leg. In fact, short silly mid-off, in fact. There's a man between the mid-on and the long-on. And there's also mid-wicket. Deep square leg also in place as well. Mid-off, point, cover. Right, first ball. Oh, he's still outside edge, I think. Only the first ball of this third session. And Lyon strikes. Second wicket for this Aussie spinner in this test match. Now just one wicket to win. Wonderfully taken. Wonderfully taken by the first slip fielder. I think that was Stephen Smith who took the catch. Yes, Smith was the man who took the catch. So, first ball after that tea break, Bangladesh have lost Taskin Ahmed, going back on 8 from 11 balls. That's now 9 wicket down for Bangladesh, 95 for 9. That was the 290th catches in Test cricket for Stephen Smith. Shoriful Islam, the final man. Only the first ball to get his second wicket after that tea break. Lyon. Wonderfully taken. Well charged, low catch at the first slip to take. Just got an outside edge. Has gone past the keeper. And Lyon, in fact, Stephen Smith made sure that he was going with 2 hands. Front for the defense. Pitch cricket is 70 per 5s, 30 per 6, 95 per 8, 95, 9. It's a translated version, not quite. Going for a big shot, taken. Done and dusted. And Australia fight back in style to save this series. First ball dug for this man. And only the 5 balls for Australia. In fact, 3 balls for Australia to take after that tea break to make it happen. To confirm their victory in this second test match. Or the final test match of the series. Sorry looking scorecard once again. Tanzid 79, 1 for Shadman. First ball dug for Mominul, 31 for Najmul, Shanto. And Litton Dash. It is more sorry for him. He has just played 3 innings in this test series. No run, absolutely no run he has scored in this Australian soil during this series. That's a really poor batting performance from Litton Dash, especially 10 ball ducks here. And 1 for Mehidy Miraz, 2 for Hasan, Mahmud, Taijul, 7 from 24, 8 for Taskin, and second ball duck for Shoriful. So 1, 2, 3 ducks here in this second innings for Bangladesh. Mushfiqur Rahim, I think he should have been much more proactive to save his partner. After that Mehidy Miraz wicket, I think Mushfiqur Rahim needed to play more proactive cricket to save Hasan Mahmud or save Taijul Islam. He's just given away the 5 or 4 balls to his partner to survive by taking a single in the first ball or second ball, which is not good to see from him as an experienced campaigner. He remained not out on 29, and that's the bowling card. 4 wickets for Mitchell Starc after that 6-5 in the first innings. So 10 wickets in this test match for Starc, 3 wickets for Cummins, that's his second 3-for, and 3 wickets for Lyon as well. And so Australia wonderfully have made a comeback in this test series. They have won this test match by innings and 51 runs to save the series. So it's a 1-1 after these 2 matches test series done and dusted. So trophy will be shared by this team after this. Lyon, this is his 29th threefer in Test cricket. 571 wickets for this man with 24 fifers. And on the other hand, what about this man? 12 wickets in this Test series from 2 Test matches, 4 innings. And if we talk about his total career in Test cricket, has taken 445 wickets. And this was his 29th threefers. And in that first innings, he got 6 for. That was his 19th fifer in Test cricket. And it's a good journey for Shoriful as well. Like to see his bowling performance. Unfortunately, just couldn't get to bowl in the second innings. And guess what? That was his maiden fifer. 7 wickets for 48. And that is his best bowling figure in Test cricket so far. 34 wickets for Shoriful for Bangladesh. Gets 7 wickets in that first innings. So that's the finish of this Test match. Match is over. 64 all out, which is still the very much disheartening batting performance for disastrous batting performance, I will say, for Bangladesh. Good toss to win for Australia. Invited Bangladesh to bat first, and they got just 64. 14 for Shoriful and 11 from Taijul. So runs were coming from the late order batters, not from the top orders or from the middle order. That was very much heartening for Bangladesh. 6 for Mitchell Starc, 3 for Pat Cummins, and 1 for Hazlewood, followed by Australia. Also struggled in the top order, but Cameron Green, man in form, got 100 in the first Test match. Now 67 to save Australia with that batting performance. 210 what they got in their first innings with the bat. 42 for Smith, 32 for Lyon, remained not out, and 7 wickets for Shoriful in that first innings. That was impressive. That is his best bowling figure in Test cricket. 7 for 48. 1 wicket for Taijul, 1 for Mehidy Miraz. And once again, Bangladesh is struggling. Some poor batting performance, I would say. Some reckless shot, unnecessary shot, especially from the captain. That was totally unnecessary to play that risky shot. 31, he was looking good, but not for a big score. 31 for him, 29 for Mushfiqur, remained not out. 4 wickets for Mitchell Starc, 3 for Pat Cummins and for Lyon. Australia won this Test match by innings of 41 runs. That's the confirmation. 2 matches Test series, and finished up with 1-1 for both the sides. So it's a good Test match. Bangladesh have made a history in the Test cricket. First time ever they have won a Test match, even owned a single match in any format across the format in Australia against Australia. And Australia fought back wonderfully in this Test match. Just 2 days. In fact, it's just over 5 sessions and 3 balls to get the result. So that's all for now. And allow me to take a break. Good night, goodbye, good morning to everyone who have joined here on Cricket with me, DRB. Time to say goodbye for now. Hopefully we'll join with you with some one more cricket matches around the world in quick time. Till then, have a nice time and have a nice break as well. Thanks for joining.
Goodbye.